Hello guys, it's Chris here and welcome back to my Sunday League season. Now if you haven't seen one of these before, basically in each episode we look back upon a season of real life football that I've taken part in. Not because of the high standard quality of football that I want to share with you guys, but the opposite. But today's video is actually a little different because essentially I've already done this season. Well, I've half done this season because you might remember my first video I did in this series it was in the 2013-14 Sunday League season, and I just focused on the under-18 football I played in that season. I played a bit of C-team as well because you can play for adult teams in that kind of year age group as well. I kind of just forgotten about all this footage, so I thought I'd put it into one video and do it as a sort of extra for the 2013-14 season. So this is kind of an add-on to the first episode. But as I've said before, just because it's senior football, don't think it's going to be any better. The numbers we all sort of changed every game, so I can't tell you there's a definite number and that's the number I'm wearing each game, if you know what I mean. But just sort of look out for the one who takes on 7 and puts in the top corner, every couple of games. You'll work it out pretty quickly. That never happened. On to the first clip. So we start off with a home game with a team in yellow, just to remind you, and we start off with a trademark absolute rocket from me from the edge of the box. I don't know what it is about pullbacks. I'm not Paul Scholes when it comes to the edge of the box pullbacks, but we did end up getting a goal at the end of that, so I thought I might as well leave it in. Now, obviously, as a sub, you want your manager to be thinking about his options from the bench. But I've never seen a more obvious attempt to get his attention. I mean, I've watched this so many times and I'm still trying to work out what he's doing. The only other thing I can think of... Oh, no, there's no airports nearby, so despite the fluorescent clothing, he can't be assisting in airport landing. Clearly hasn't worked, though. Second half. I should also point out as well, this season I was playing more of a centre mid than, centre attacking midfielder, so you'll probably see, well, the more Paul Scholes side of my game, the more Jack Wilshere tackle. No, that just never was part of my game. But moving on to the first decent bit of football that I'm involved in, I get past the ball in midfield here. Completely unnecessary Cruyff turn, but get away from him and, he wasn't too happy about that one. And this is a pretty good spell for me, having abused my Paul Scholes ability from the edge of the box. I then hit the bar. I'd love to see some goal line technology on that one, But, yeah, that was unfortunate. That would have been, one of the only few goals I've ever scored from outside the box. I've just noticed, I'm not sure this linesman is wearing, the full official regulatory gear. Oh, we've got a bit of Santi Cazorla-esque, I guess. Quick feet in the centre of the park, and, let's ignore the pass. Even in senior football, we just hadn't mastered the ability to header footballs yet. No reason this clip's in here, except that it's a nice bit of control and flick on from me. Again, every time I play a free ball, it's not even funny. Moving on to, one of the classic pieces of play you sort of get used to seeing in Sunday League football. So, of course, we have the keeper saving it. And then I take a shot, edge of the box, defender straight in the face, followed up with the shot. It's... Also, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but, in Sunday League, you sort of have to borderline fatally injure someone to even warrant or, put the question in the referee's mind of giving you some sort of card. For example, Exhibit A, our number 11 just gets absolutely floored. We don't even appeal against it because we just know there's genuinely no point of getting that. But then I pick up the ball and put it in the bottom corner, so that's my first goal of the season in the C team, so getting it off to a good start. And the cameras run out as I was speaking. That's just so helpful. It's unbelievable. I can't believe I haven't mentioned this. The other team have 9 men. That's why we're dominating so much. You can sort of tell they'd given up by this stage. They're trying to nutmeg our players on the edge of their own box, and it just wasn't going well. This is pretty funny, though. One of our wingers goes on a little mazy run, takes on a couple of the defenders, hits it against the bar, rebound, header straight into the keeper's hands. And I'm loving the level of sympathy from the cameraman. And here, we actually have a pretty well-worked goal, and a really decent finish, actually. A bit unlike him. I think he'll agree. I know this series is based upon how poor the standard of football is, but even for this, the standard of effort from that guy who just booted the ball at one of our players from a couple of yards away, and then I play a through ball and then just hits one of our forwards and I'm just standing there you cretin. Again, the nutmegs, I think it's the same guy on the same guy. You're not Messi, just give up. I'm still trying to work out how my foot was so strong that it caused this guy to just get flattened onto the floor here, because it kind of looks like a stamp at first, but no, it's a nice little ball, and then we get through on goal, and did anything come of it? No, of course, my through balls. Actually, I'm sort of remembering this season we weren't that bad. We've got quite a lot of highlights here. This one especially, I just love the dejection, a man who knows he's beaten. Nice attempted back heel coming here. Teammate nowhere near where the ball was played. And then a couple of seconds later, ball gets played forward again. Here's how to do a back heel. Oh, we don't actually finish it, but... Now, this is a sight you see quite a lot in Sunday League, you know, defenders taking goalkeepers' kicks for them because the keeper's so old that if they try and attempt, you know, to kick past the halfway line, their legs will probably stop working. This is just quality. Like, Alexis Sanchez would be proud of that tracking back. But to the other side of, to the other end of the spectrum, I should say, here, that was me passing the ball in midfield. I think I'm number 12 or 10. No, I'm not number 12. He's a lot taller than me. I think I'm number 10 in this game. But anyway, let's focus on the important thing. Look at this move. Bit of Arsenal/Barcelona, you know, passing football, and ends up with a really decent goal. So thought I'd put that one in. But then swiftly moving back to the other end of the spectrum, they take a shot from kickoff. It's the bar. We defend it so poorly that they've scored within about 6 seconds. A couple of years ago, I sent that one into the Sport Bible and, like, they put it up on their Facebook page. So, you know, claim to fame, you might have seen that one before. Right, you make up your own mind for this one, but 99% of me says that first touch was not meant to be controlled. Oh, brilliant. More, pulled back shots, which I scuff. Like, that one, that's a speciality. That is, like, a top drawer scuff. Some of you might remember in my last video, in my last Sunday League video, I kind of questioned some of the decisions from opposition linesmen, but linesmen, did I just say that? From opposition linesmen. But this guy, to be fair, he was like a helper out, or, you know, or someone to do with their team, like, made some really honest calls. So, you know, serious respect to him, because their team was giving him so much abuse, and you'll kind of see what that turns into. And he was giving it back, which you'll find out about. Oh, which you'll find out about slightly more sooner than I thought. But as again we go down that wing. Nice bit of play. I'm obviously at the centre of it again, but yeah, I played out to the wing again. You can see we are onside, and if I remember rightly, one of the defenders, one of the centre-backs, I think, starts really giving him some abuse. And here we go. I'm just going to let you watch this, because this is hilarious. It was so close to kicking off. It was so close. I think that I've only once been, like, on the pitch when we've had a proper punch-up, but... oh, that would have been... Can you imagine the quality of this video if it had kicked off there? This is probably one of the best goals, like, you'll see in all my Sunday League videos. This ball is, I don't know, it's only a few metres in front of the centre circle, and he just sticks it straight in the top corner. Like, where did that come from? Here's me again, you know, trying a bit of tiki-taka, a bit of Santi Cazorla-esque quick feet in there. No, except for the control. But, like, let's look at this again. The divot on the pit, you know, until we get to the centre circle, and... the pitch is just ruined, like every other pitch in our island. Now, when you hear someone shouting like this, you instantly feel like, oh, they must be through on goal. You know, I need to look up and play it to them. Then you see, it's actually our right back who's just making it over the halfway line. And, then we play the ball through the centre of the pitch. Nice little bit of movement through the middle, and play it to our forward who takes man on and sticks it in. So... bit embarrassing. And I'm loving the emotion, by the way. Must have just been having nightmares of that miss earlier in the season over and over again. On to another challenge that could arguably be reds for both players, but in Sunday League, no one bats an eyelid. But on to my first assist of the season. Okay, so in this one, admittedly, it got a couple of deflections on the way through, but our forward still goes in and sticks it in the bottom corner then. Not entirely sure who he's pointing to there, though. There's no stands that side of the pitch at all. Keep an eye on the number 2 here, I'll point him out, but just watch the commitment of the tackle. It's just phenomenal. And then, yeah, it's another goal, so we actually, again, we probably won this game. Oh, I've had one here. Right, I just do get nutmegged. He just sticks it in the bottom corner, so... and as you can see, even at this stage in the season, we still haven't... well, our centre-backs, I should say, still haven't worked out how to judge the flight of a football. Next, the ball's played back to the keeper. Gets a bit of pressure, you know, takes him on. That's all right. We're cool. We're cool. We just aren't. And then their number 9 just sticks it in the bottom corner. So that's why you just, if in doubt, get it out. Anytime we got a throw in, like more than 5 metres into their half, we just went for the long throw. And to be fair, in Sunday League, it is a very good and it is a very productive way of playing football, and as you can see here, pays off after a bit of classic pinball. Well worked, I think is what they call that one in the trade. I don't want to be Gary Neville, but I should just hire him, like, just for these videos for my channel. I should just hire him. Oh, we've actually got to a bit of me doing something well. Not that, obviously, but, you know, this little step over I did to just beat that guy, and then sets off the move, and we get through on goal, and what happens? I mean, it wasn't my through ball, but I was part of the move. It just happens. Yeah, we only scored 1 goal in this game, and you can sort of see why. I don't know why I'm giving abuse. That was close enough of a pullback for me to mess up. And here, I think we scored our only headed goal of the season. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone was just confused how to react and surprised by that. You can see closing down with energy has never really been one of my strong points. I'm just so like Mesut Ozil, what can I say? Okay, so the ball gets played out left wing. You can see the pure desire from me getting past my marker into the box, you know, Aaron Ramsey kind of style this time. But anyway, it gets played to our right winger, keeper fumbles it, I put it in, clinical as always. However easy they are, you know, though, someone has to put them in, and Gary Lineker will tell you that. I think we were all quite glad he pulled out of this, because might have warranted a yellow. And just cast your minds back to the first video in this series when I did this season, under 18 on the under 18 football. I talked a bit about the penalty spot last season, how it sort of helped us, but also didn't help us at times. This is one of those times where it didn't really help us. It is genuinely just like a divot about that far into the ground that no one's just sort of a lost cause, you know? Questionable what the player on the post is doing here. To be fair to him, I'm not entirely sure I'd have stuck my head in the way of that either, but our defenders still haven't worked out how to control a football by this stage of the season, and their player goes through on goal. He's got a man in support, and pretty sure we have a clinical finish, to say the least. Yep, that's when the keeper controls it with his feet, you know you should probably just retire. I get played the ball here, and I think I'm too honest. Like, there must have been contact, because their player ends up on the floor, but it was actually given as offside, so I should have gone down for the penalty, really. And I should point out there's one thing that you can sort of recognise when you've got a stand-in keeper in Sunday League, when, you know, either the keeper's ill or you just don't have one for the season. Someone's just pulled the short straw. Like, when you see a keeper unnecessarily saving a shot of his feet, then you just know that he's, you know, he's the unlucky one. And also, if you remember the other video I did for this season, like, there was a goal scored that was literally exactly the same as that one. Same angle, same fluke, straight over the keeper, you know, unsavable. Which is just, I don't know, just odd. And this clip just reminded me, when you have, like, a stand-in keeper, the amount of times that their mate is like just standing behind the goal and they're just talking to him throughout the game, and countless times when goals have been scored from outside the box and you look to where the keeper is and he's just still talking to his friend or got his face in the net. But that is all the footage I have from this season, from the 2013-14 C-Team football season. I think we actually came second in our division, believe it or not. But that's going to be the end of the video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like on this video if you want to see more in this series. As I've said in the other ones, you know, I'm trying to bring these out every month, every couple of months, because I have got limited footage, and obviously I've been injured, as I've said in pretty much every one of my real life videos for this year. So no footage is being produced at the moment. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe if you are new around here, and you know, tell me what your experience is of Sunday League football in the comments below. But thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I shall see you later.